advantage. And on the pickoff play, I mean, I was just a play that went our way, you know, and let a run score and got another run and score position. And Bregman did a good job, you know, just putting a ball in play on a tough pitcher and getting a run home.
Sean, 2-run homer there in the 8th and also RBI, ground out in the 3rd. Talk about your plate appearances there.
I think Andro pitched a great game today. He really kept us, he did a good job of keeping us off balance. But, you know, we put together some good at-bats against him. We were able to get him out the game and, you know, get in their bullpen, and I think that was key.
Coach, your turn. A few comments, please.
Well, first of all, I got to tip my hat to that team from Hammond, Southeastern Louisiana. They played really, really inspired and well for at least the first 7 innings of the ball game. I'm telling you, they played a tremendous ball game. Defensively, offensively, they were tough outs, as Jared Poche would attest to. And as Sean McMullen just said, boy, that pitcher just competed so hard and was just outstanding. When we weren't scoring a lot of runs, it wasn't because we weren't swinging the bats well. I can assure you of that. He was making tremendous pitches against our hitters in the clutch situations. And you're just a very courageous kid. You know, you have to admire him. Ultimately, we came through with some big hits. Vic got a big RBI single, and then, of course, Tyler Moore with 2 strikes when they brought the lefty in to face him, got the big RBI single to tie the ball game. And then, you know, things kind of unraveled for Southeastern there in the bottom of the 8th inning with the errant throw by the catcher and then the errant pickoff move. But we took advantage of it. We had some good base running. We put the ball in play. Bregman put the ball in play to score a run. And, of course, Sean came through with the big home run to kind of give us some breathing room, which allowed us to save Broussard pitching today. So, all in all, it was a hard-fought victory. You know, I don't care what they look like at this time of year. They're all tough. There's 64 teams in this tournament, and every one of them are here for a reason because they're champions. They've played great all year, and anytime you score more runs than the other team, you got to be grateful. I told our players after the game, it reminded me a little bit of a game back in 2009 when we played Southern in the opening game of the regional. We were losing 2-0 in the 7th inning and barely were able to tie the game, and then ultimately were able to break it open. That was a team that went on to win the national championship. So we're happy to have the victory, and we'll look forward now to tomorrow night.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take questions with the student athletes.
Jared, where do you think you struggled a little bit, and what do you think of the performance of your bullpen coming in, you know, after?
I think I struggled just kind of making my put-away pitches. Kind of left a few balls. Curveballs, too hittable. Should put those in the dirt. And as far as the bullpen coming in like that, I mean, can't say enough about those guys. They've been doing that the entire year, coming in, just throwing up a bunch of zeros, just getting guys out any way they can.
How are you?
Sean, the 2-run homer to give your team some insurance late in the game. How big was that? And 2 big run shots in the past 2 games for you now?
Yeah, it definitely did give us some more breathing room, like Coach said. But you know, once Jake stole that base, you know, it's kind of an extra inspiration to just get the hit because you know, it's really tough to just get runners in scoring position. And you know, I was just lucky enough to hit a ball that went over the fence. I wasn't trying to hit a home run. I was just trying to score Jake.
Right in front, Randy.
Mark, whether it was luck, the execution, the errors kind of got you guys going. How important was it that you guys seized that, like Coach was talking about, that once they made some mistakes, you guys seized on that?
Well, like Sean said, I mean, he did a good job of keeping our hitters off balance. And, you know, when we got a runner on base, we needed to take advantage of it. And taking advantage of that was a big thing in the game. And the bottom of the 8th, we got runners in scoring position. And we just needed to put the ball in play, and we did that to score some runs.
Who's next? Over here.
Oh, Sean, what was kind of I mean, it's kind of a crazy game, tied 3 different times. What was the mood throughout the game, and then kind of take us through the emotions in the dugout in the 8th inning?
Well, once they went up with a 2-run lead, obviously it can be deflating, but you know, it's not something we haven't experienced yet this year. You know, I knew that the game could change at any point, you know, of the game, and you know, we obviously have the talent to do it, and I think without a doubt, Southeastern is the best 4 seed in the entire this tournament, and I just think it was important that we would just put together a good at bats, get lead off runner on base, and just find a way to score it like we did.
See the players late in the game, do you kind of feel something from the crowd, something building that's kind of hard to explain when it starts to snowball like that at home, like it did today?
Yeah, I definitely think the crowd is just a huge advantage for us. I mean, we're used to playing in front of this many people, and you know, you kind of do see a difference in this part of the year than when in the SEC or pre-SEC. I mean, people are just extra excited, and it does give us that a little extra edge to get the job done for sure.
Ready?
Jared, you're really aggressive today. You're averaging only like 10 or 11 pitches an inning through the first 5. But did you kind of start to lose control a little bit in the 6th? Is that you went ahead 0-2 on a guy and then 3-4 straight balls? Is that kind of what happened to you?
Yeah, maybe a little bit towards the end of the game. It being a little hot out there, and I mean, I just got to go out there. I got to be better than that later in the game, and just kind of focus in a little extra hard to just keep throwing strikes like I was throughout the game, and just continue to get people out.
Mark, you got the #1 pitcher. You guys #1 pitcher, maybe the best in the nation now, ready for tomorrow. What kind of position are you guys in right now to win this regional?
I think we're in a pretty good position because, Aaron Nola, who I think is the best pitcher in the country, and you don't need much to win with him on the mound, but I think our offense, rallied late in this game. Hopefully we can carry some energy over into tomorrow and get things rolling positively.
In the back.
Mark, is there a different mentality from you guys at the end of the season? You didn't panic in the SEC tournament title game when it was tied at nothing late in the game. In this game, you're down pretty late. You guys didn't seem to panic either. Is that a mentality, and what is that mentality?
I mean, it's just something you see throughout the year. I mean, no matter if we get up or down, we just stay with the same steady mindset, and we don't get deflated. We just stay confident and keep putting good at-bats together. And then when we come on top, our pitchers come out of the bullpen, and I can't say how excellent they've been out of the bullpen.
Anything else for the student athletes? Right in the front here.
Mark, can you recall any time when you've been swinging the bat as well as you have been these past couple weeks?
I just came to the same mindset throughout the year, and just stay relaxed, and don't lose your confidence at the plate, and I just been trying to square up the ball and try to put them through the holes, and they've just been falling to me. I mean, others of times in the year they haven't been finding holes, and just right now they are.
One more in the back here.
Yeah, Sean, what about the performance that as well as Tyler's been playing? Tyler Moore, how good has he been lately?
Oh, Tyler, I can't say enough about Tyler. We have our little personal conversations about, just our approach to the plate, us being lefties, and, Tyler really has a lot of confidence right now at the plate, and I think what's even more impressive is, not only the hits, but the counts that he's been in while he's gotten these hits. He was 0-2 today, and I mean, he really just finds a way to get the job done. He really knows how to dig deep, and he's an extremely vital part of this team. I'm just very happy for him because he deserves it.
Okay, anything else for the student athletes? Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and let you all go. Open it to questions for Coach. In the back, Coach.
Coach, finding a way to get the job done, that sounds about right.
Well, that's a pretty good way to sum it up. It was scary there for a while. We were facing a really good ball club, and they were playing very inspired baseball, very good, solid, fundamental baseball. And like I said, their pitcher was tough, and he was a tremendous challenge. But I have a lot of confidence in my kids. I think they're poised and composed. You find your way through a 30-game SEC schedule. You're going to have some valleys. You're going to have to navigate your way through. So, this is a conference that is not for the meek and mild, I can promise you. And so when you have some down moments during the course of the game, you got to keep your daubers up, and you got to keep battling and believing in yourself, and that's good preparation for a game like today. And we kept fighting right to the very end, and eventually the breaks fell our way.
Coach.
Coach, you mentioned the Jackson State game, but I could go Sam Houston.
Southern game?
The Southern game, yeah. I could mention Sam Houston. I could mention UC Irvine. Just so many postseason games where it seems like the levee breaks at the end and you kind of flood it. I know you're aware of it. Do you think your players sense that? I know the crowd does too.
Well, we try to do everything we can do, to build their confidence in themselves. When you're in this environment at LSU where there's such high expectations, And, you know, I mean, it's Omaha or bust. It's national championship, you know, expectations. You have to believe in yourself. And as a team, as individuals, you just can't ever give up. And it's become a tradition with our program to rally late, do what it takes to win. Chris mentioned whatever it takes, you know. And I told the players after the game, we just grinded this one out. You know, at times it wasn't pretty, but you know, we did what it took to win. I didn't think we played poorly at all, quite frankly. I give much more credit to their pitcher than I do to poor hitting. And at the end of the day, we had about 14 hits anyway, didn't we? How many runs did we score? What was the final? 8? Yeah. It's not a bad offensive day, really. You know, I thought, you know, let me just make a remark about Jared Poche. You know, it's easy to say he didn't pitch well because he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings of work. But I would argue that he threw a lot of strikes. Somebody pointed out that he only threw 10, 11 pitches an inning. I mean, he came out right from the get-go, a young, true freshman. I don't know what the crowd was. It seemed like there were 12,000 people there. And he pounded that strike zone right away. He made 2 bad pitches. He left 2 breaking. Well, the first breaking ball that their 3-hole hitter hit out in the first inning was down by his ankles. The other one, you know, was a little bit up, but it was a 3-2 pitch, and he wanted to throw it for a strike. So again, you give credit to the other team's hitters for not missing those pitches. I thought Poche did a pretty doggone good job. He pitched out of a jam there in the second inning when I think they had second and third, nobody out. You know, a player with less, you know, courage would have folded probably there, but he didn't. So, you know, we just find ways, Hunt, in the answer to your question. We're just finding ways, and at the end of the day, the goal is to have more runs than the other team.
Right here.